Wee. Hello. Hi there. Ho there. Hello. How you guys doing? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I missed you guys yesterday. Hello. Hello. How you guys doing? Let's see who we got here. I saw that 2 people claimed first. But if both Matthew and Mega Bronson are both first, then who's driving the car? But we also got Saribot, our rock over here. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Mega Bronson. Hello, Owen. You're lurking while you work on OBS. Yeah, I saw that you are helping out a fellow JLG person with a certain event that's coming up. Yeah, saw that. So yeah, no worries at all. Justin for a drive, hello. You guys got Chistika, full hello. Oh my god, Pear is driving! Who was phone? But who was phone is like the real question. Well, hello! Hello, hello. How you guys doing? Yeah, as the title says, by the way. Whoa! Hello! We already got a raid! Hello! We just started! We just started. In fact, let's get to class. Let's get to class. Then we can properly greet you guys. Let me put on some music too. But hello! How you guys doing? It's me, Babinka Bear, your local Sun Bear art history teacher and educational streamer. And today is actually going to be pretty short, but before I get into that, let me lower the volume a little bit. Mika, hello! Thank you for the raid. How was the co-working today? Hello, hello. Moth Raid! Hello, Mika. Hello, Chesserin. Meowdy! Meowdy! Hello, Not Quite Shay. Hello, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm a bear. Thanks for raiding in. We literally just got started, so thank you for the good timing. But yeah, today's gonna be pretty short, as it says in the title down there. Mika and the folks that raided in with you, if you guys have to raid and run, no worries at all, but if you want to stick around, we're going to start off first with our daily games, our daily Hue, Time Guesser, and Anthropium. And then we're gonna just draw. We're just gonna doodle a little bit. We're just gonna be drawing some appmon because that's been my latest thing that I've been into. It's a Digimon spin-off, basically. But we're gonna keep things pretty short. We're just gonna go for maybe about an hour and a half. Because me and Beans are gonna go on adventures today. I didn't stream yesterday, or rather we didn't have a watch along yesterday because it was me and Beans' anniversary. For those who don't know, Beans is my partner. Yeah, we had our anniversary yesterday, but unfortunately I neglected to say this part because I don't know if it's like doxable, but Beans had jury duty. Which kind of sucked. Like, he had jury duty for like actually I won't say like the amount of time that he had it for, but yeah, we had jury duty, so we weren't able to actually celebrate our anniversary that much. We were able to still like hang out yesterday, you know, but like a good chunk of it, like he wasn't at home because he was off doing his civil duty as a Bear American, right? So we're actually gonna make up for it today. We're actually gonna go on some adventures today. I won't say where we're going, but yeah, that's what's up. That's why I still wanted to stream today because I was like debating whether or not I should just cancel it for the day and just like dedicate the entirety to just me and Beans. But I still wanted to hang out with you guys. I still wanted to make some art. Still wanted to hang out with you guys. Still want to do my dailies on stream. So yeah, let me catch up on chat real quick. Oh yeah, get your stickers, everyone. Get your scratch and sniff of stickers. For those who don't know, this is our 1-point redeem. It's our little check-in system, but you get a neat little sticker that shows up on the screen, and they're based off Filipino treats. Happy anniversary, thank you. Happy Beans and Binka Day, thank you, Matthew. That's a root of the universe, right? Right? I mean, if one of the Babinkos just so happened to work in the Los Binkos judicial system as a low-level bureaucrat, yeah, then you'd be able to dox him at least. But I didn't say which court he went to. I mean, Los Binkos is a pretty big place, right? Multiple courts. But yeah, so that's what's up. That's why we're extending our anniversary celebrations into today. And I'm excited for today's adventures. And we also have a little bit of an adventure tomorrow as well, including Mega Bronson. We're gonna watch a movie. So, but I won't say where and I won't say what. But yeah, it's gonna be a pretty fun weekend. A little bit of a busy weekend, not because of all the hanging out, but because I've actually completely finished the commissions that I have so far. For those who don't know, I do have commissions open. Though maybe I shouldn't jinx it because I'm like, I finally have free time! And then I get a commission, which would still be cool. But I've been using my free time to learn how to use DaVinci Resolve and edit videos. So I actually have a short. I know I am short, but I also have a short. Pretty much almost fully made. I just have to put in the subtitles. But yeah, the process of learning DaVinci has been pretty cool. So... let's see. Mothraid, hello, Soulraid34. Hello, welcome. Question, is it the name Beans the Bear or Beans the middle name Bear? Yes. It's funny, after Offkai, Beans was actually thinking about some kind of rebrand. Sorry, I had to burp. Nothing is set in stone, but like, we don't know yet if he wants to change his name or change his whole image, but I was like bouncing ideas off of him and he seemed to be inspired. Yeah, there we go. Beans the Bear. So Beans D Bear, you know, he's part of the... what's the thing with like One Piece and like the D middle initial? I didn't get far enough into One Piece to know, but yeah, there you go. Soulray's got it. Beans D Bear. There you go. That's his name. For now. I don't know if he'll change it, but he was considering it. But yeah. Yeah, we're just gonna be chilling for today. Is there anything else to talk about? The reason why the D is for D's nuts. That's right. That's my partner. My beloved Beans D's nuts Bear. It's a family name, you see. Slavic in origin. Got him. It's a Beans D's Nutsovich. Which, do you guys know, like, about, like, Slavic naming conventions? Apparently, your middle name is, it's a patronymic. So it comes from your dad. I think it comes from your dad if you are, if you're a boy, and if you're a girl, it comes from your mom. So if, like, let's say that I was Russian, and my mom's name is like I just call her Binka Mom, but for the intent of this example, let's say that her name is like Anya, right? Then my name would be Babinka Anyavich, I think. Like my middle name would be like Anyavich or something like that. But if I were a boy and my dad's name was like Ivan, you know, then my middle name would be Ivanovich. So like that's actually, or at least that's my understanding of like Slavic naming schemes. What's interesting is that in Filipino naming schemes, your middle name is your mom's maiden name or your mom's last name if they're not married. So like I said, if we go by the example of like my mom's name is what's like a stereotypical like Maria. Let's say that my mom's name is Maria, or her last name is like, okay, what's a super common last name? De la Cruz. De la Cruz, right? And then my dad's last name is like, Torres. Let's say that my dad's last name is Torres. Then my name would be like Babinka de la Cruz Torres, right? I just made those names up. That's not my real name. De Snoots, isn't that Dutch? Ivanovich, you will Merry Christmas. So if you were rushing your name, it would end in Vich, but if you're Filipino. Exactly. So that's like Filipino naming conventions. And it's funny because like, you know, I don't think it's too much of a secret that me and Beans one day do want to have cubs. And that is like a conversation of like, well, what naming scheme do we follow? Because I feel like it would, by default, even if we give our cub, like, the smallest name, by default, it's gonna be long. Maria de la Cruz, Wall of Buzz Lightyear's name right there. That's like a classic Filipino name. That's like a classic Filipino name, if I've ever heard it. Maria de la Cruz. But, like, the nickname would be, like, I don't know, like, Mar, or Ria. Like, they wouldn't actually go by the name Maria. They go like Ria or Marmar or something completely unrelated. Like, I've had multiple aunts with the nickname of like Baby or Sugar, you know? And that has nothing to do with their real name. Harpsichord Enjoyer, hello. Minimum name for these nuts cub. Minimum 4 names. Yeah, exactly. So it would be like, it would be like, let's say that I name my kid Cub. Let's say that I name my kid Cub. It would be like Cub, my last name, and then Beans' last name. Unless you want to go the Russian route, where it's like, if it's a boy, then it would be like Cub, Bear, Beansovich, Bear. And if it was a girl, it would be Cub, Beans, my last name, and then Babinkovich. Bear, Beans' last name. Boyovich. Right? But I have a suspicion that Beans doesn't care too much about the Slavic naming scheme as much. I don't know, sometimes he surprises me. Because I'd be down for a Filipino naming scheme. I've even asked him, like, when we have cubs, should they be baptized or do you want to raise them like Jewish? Like, how do you want to raise them? And he's just like, oh. Because I feel like baptism, at least in my family, because we're not that religious, or at least my immediate family is not that religious. Like, my parents taught me how to pray, and that's kind of it, you know? Like, we didn't really go to church. Like, I was baptized, but I didn't do anything else. Like, I never went through confirmation or whatever the heck else you do in the Catholic Church. But, like, we don't even go to church that much, if at all. Like, we only go if there's like a funeral or a wedding or another baptism. So, but I was baptized, and my mom told me that like baptism isn't as much of like a religious expectation, at least for my family, as it is like just a social expectation or like a cultural expectation. So like that's like the thing where I'm like, I think I would want my cubs to be baptized even if we're not super religious, unless Beans and his family are like, no, they have to be Jewish, you know? Which I doubt, you know? But like I said, who knows? It might be surprising. It might surprise me. There is another, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't talk about that. Okay, one yabai moment. One you buy moment and then we're moving on. We're moving on. But another tradition that Filipinos typically do is for boys, they typically get circumcised. Not as babies. I'm not super strict on that, but I know that that is like a cultural thing. Like to this day, like they still, they do that. So yeah. Boyovich, imagine having to call over Tito Boyovich. Need to have a kid with someone named Sand and have a Sandovich. I didn't know Beans was bearish, a druid. He is. Well, it's the same with me. It's like, you kinda, like, you grow up with it, but you don't really, like, it's not really, you know, like an expectation of, like, you have to marry a nice Druish girl, right? Like, that was never an expectation, at least from my understanding, right? So it's like, I grew up Catholic, Beans grew up Jewish, but it's like neither of us are super like, neither of us nor our families are super like gung-ho about it. It's just like, yeah, you know, shrug. It's something that we grew up with, you know? So I don't think either of our families would be really, I guess, strict on it if we had cubs. And they're like, they have to be baptized, they have to be Jewish, they have to have a, oh my god, what's it called again? A bar mitzvah, and a bat mitzvah, right? I don't think it's super strict. Like, technically yes, but effectively, exactly, Matthew, exactly. It's like, yeah, but, like, I never got confirmed. I don't know what else comes. There's, like, something else that comes after confirmation, isn't there? Isn't there, like, for people who grew up Catholic and really Catholic, like, isn't there, like, a whole 12-step program or something? Like, you get baptized, and then you get, confirmed, and then you get shot out of a cannon, and then you eat the bread and you drink the wine, and then you what happens in Catholicism? What happens? So if anything, Bean Binka Child would watch Fiddler on the Roof once. Yep, that's about as much religious learnings that you're gonna get, you know? Let's see, end of Filipino film, and then whatever they want to do after that. Exactly. In fact, they would be more so pressured to watch Digimon than they would anything else, really. Yo, Chillstoner420. Awesome name. A black bear that talks, I found. I'm not a black bear, I'm a sun bear. But I could understand the confusion because I am kind of dark in color, right? I'm a sun bear. I'm those, if you look up sun bear on Google, you'll find the most freakish looking thing that I think is adorable. What trade goods do you offer? Art and art history. art history, what is it? Propane and propane accessories? Art history accessories. That's the goods I offer. I give you a trade of, you know, your attention and or your lurk, and you receive art historical expertise, question mark. Can we Google pictures of you? Actually, if you Google Babinka Bear, I think it does pop up with my image. But hello, Devin. Hello. You mean a guy in a loose-fitting bear suit? It's not a guy. It's a bear. It's a bear. We're real. Sun bears are real, I tell you. We're real. I'm a real bear. But let's get to some dailies, right? I did say this was supposed to be short, and here I am yapping. Let's go ahead and get into some daily hue. And then we'll draw some appmon today. So, all right. So we have a forest picture. Let's see. This is what's being changed. Because it's a forest picture, it's like, isn't it not just green? But when I shift it over to yellow, it's like, oh, you know what? I could see that also being the color. So let's I don't know. Let's play around with that. Let's desaturate. Maybe this is supposed to be like something like this, right? Let's see if it's like a chartreuse. If it's like a kind of a poopy green, right? Oh, 90. Okay. We're closer than I thought we would be. Okay. Now you said we can Google image of the most disturbing thing you find adorable. You could do that. I have a bag of fish, some rabbit skin, coyote skin, raven feathers, goat horns, some eggs, bag of green tea, and a small shiny red ball. Can I have the ball? That's also quite the collection you got there, Chillstoner. That feels like you're ready for an adventure. Cool to see. I like that. And it looks like you've been through some adventures as well. Right? Alright, so we're pretty close off the get-go. Let's maybe go closer to green. and then a little desaturated and a little lighter. And let's see if that gets us anything. So it's more of like a matcha green. Okay, we didn't go far enough. But look, we're like super narrowed down now. So it's in between yellow and green, so like kind of like a lime green. A little bit more saturated, just a teensy bit, and then a little darker. So mid-guess? 96, we're so close. We got saturation on the dot, but hue and lightness. So let's do something like that. Something like that. So mid-guess? No, we're at 99, we're so close. Okay, what did we do? 77 and 71? Let's do 74. So mid-guess. Perfect! Farfect! Alright, let's share it on the cord. Paste. Bloop. What do you want to trade for the red ball? Do you take art history knowledge? I'll give you some right now, actually. Watch this. So we just got the color. It's dark muted spring green. And what's this painting? It looks very like impressionist, right? Like the strokes are very obvious. You could mistake it for something that's kind of like in progress, which is a critique that a lot of impressionists got when their style first kind of sprouted out. So this is by Niels Larsen Stevens from 1941. Okay, so smack dab in the middle of Nepeta green. There you go. Smack dab in the... So this is a bit after Impressionism really got its heyday, right? Because Impressionism came about during like the 1890s and then Post-Impression around like the 1900s. So this is 40 years after that. So this is a Danish painter known for his landscapes, portraits, and religious works, influenced by both symbolism and Danish naturalism. I haven't heard of those styles, or rather I haven't really studied them that well. But trade shiny ball for knowledge. Thanks. Nice. I would say that's a fair trade. And if you have a certain I don't know, art style that you like, we can also study that. Maybe not for today's stream because, like I said, we're keeping it pretty brief today. But look, and there's more works that feature this really cool color, this Nepeta green, right? Even I've heard of Neil Stevens. I haven't actually. This is the first I'm hearing of this guy. Wait, check out this one. What's this cat? It's like this is very surrealist, right? It's just a floating cat head. He caught a bird. He's got a little treat. What is this? American 19th century, probably second half 19th century. There isn't an artist name to this. Is this just by a mystery person? A large cat's head amidst birds in a forest setting. The cat's head emerges from tall grass. Do we not have any other information on this? Not even an artist. Very, very mysterious. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so pretty cool examples. It's not floating, it's perspective. I mean, you did bring up Nepeta, and look what popped up, right? Maybe this is her. We're channeling her, right? Alright, let's do time guesser next. We're given some photos and we have to guess where they're from. Is this Cyprus? I think that's the flag of Cyprus, isn't it? Not Cypress Hill, but... let's see. Ooh, look at that outfit. That feels 90s as heck. You can't fight the Homestuck. I mean, it's true. It's true. So I think this is Cyprus, which is like off the coast of West Asia. Like it's kind of like on the eastern part of the Mediterranean. It looks like some kind of marathon. We run against cancer. Okay. Blom marathon. This feels, I don't know, the picture quality feels like it would be 2000s. There's something about this that feels 2000s, but this person just has like an 80s, like 90s style jumpsuit. Or tracksuit, rather. I kind of want to say 2000s, unless there's like a detail that I'm missing here. November 30? Wait, what's this? Lexus E... If I knew my cars a little bit better, I feel like I could be like, oh, the Lexus ES350 came out in the 2000s, you see. But alas. Alright. Cyprus. Here we go. Oh, come on, load. There we go. I feel like that's the flag for Cyprus. I could be wrong, but... and then let's guess like 2000, like on the dot. Oh, it was Lebanon. I was so sure too. Kilometers, we can rule out the US, right? Right? Everyone using the wrong system. Thousands of young runners aged between 9 and 17 setting off from the start line during the 5 kilometer. The heck is a kilometer? Start line during the 5 kilometer mini marathon in Beirut, a youth focused event run alongside the full 42 kilometer marathon. Oh, cool. I think there was an 08 in a couple of the signs. Ah, I missed it. I missed it. But at least we got the right decade, so not too bad. Okay, where are we now? Valerengen. That feels Nordic. This feels... Oh, is this another, like, Finnish? Oh, wait. We have a flag here. I think that's Norway. That might be Norway. Uleval Haveby? This flag could be Norway. I think it could also be Iceland, but let's just try Oslo, Norway. And then time-wise, looking at the cars, this looks kind of 30s. The grills are vertical. So let me go back to my car sketches and see if I can remember when the grills were vertical. I feel like I want to say 30s, but it might actually be like early 40s. No. It is it's early 30s. So let's go right to like maybe 1934. Make a guess. Nice. It was Oslo, and it's the late 30s. It's the late 30s. I love putting grills vertical. We were talking about the 2020s the other day, and how like the grills for the 2020s are just very aggressive nowadays. I don't know what it is. The cars all look angry, you know? A traffic officer directing traffic at an intersection on Karl Johans Gate in Oslo during the late 30s. Okay, so we're only 4 years off. Not too bad. Right location. This looks Filipino. or Southeast Asian. Let's see the text here. Tukang tambal. That part could sound Tagalog, but this part doesn't. Jalakan ka Wahid Hasjim. Merapi Taylor? Sarosa? This might be Indonesia, because like it sounds like it would be like Tagalog, but like if it's not Tagalog, it would probably be like the south part, right? They look Filipino, but I think they might be Indonesian. Hold on, let me pause for a second. Okay, Beans just got back from a haircut. So let's see. Grills mentioned. I love aggressive grills. I know you meant wink, but there's something about wonk. That is so funny. I love aggressive grills. Wonk. Except for Mazda, which always looks like smiley faces. True. Hello, Mauser. Hello. Beans is trying to reach her about the extended warranty. Not my extended warranty. Yeah, I feel like this might be Indonesia. Or Malaysia. I still need to figure out, like, the linguistic differences between them, but let's say Jakarta. What's up with the map? It's, like, taking a while to load. Time period-wise, I'm not sure. Like, the picture quality reminds me of, like, some of my dad's old pictures, and he was born in, like, the 60s. But I think the pictures are from the 70s, because he's, like, already an adult by that point, so... No, actually, they're from the 80s, because he was an adult in, like, the 80s. So let's say, like, 80. Jakarta, 1980. Okay. Oh, it is the 70s. Children pausing their ball game to greet Dutch photographer Joost Evers, commissioned to document everyday life during a visit to Indonesia. Nice. So it was Indonesia, but we got the wrong island. But that's okay. And it's 9 years off. Wink wonk. I didn't mean wink. It's a reference. You should know I'm fake. How many hairs did they cut? So many. Alright, what's this one? Alright. Dress-wise, this feels European. Oh, interesting. What is this? These beautiful windows. Oh no, there's not like obvious hints right away. Like unless you're like a architecture person, this doesn't feel super obvious at first glance. Definitely looks like a market scene. I'm seeing a lot of like European looking folks. They could be West Asian. This feels like South European, you know? Wink wonk, at least two. Something about this reminds me of like either Italy or like closer to the Mediterranean, right? Like Greek, Turkish, maybe even like southern Spain. Right? This feels like Southern European. There's something about this architecture though. Like these windows specifically remind me of like Filipino architecture. And if that's the case, then maybe this is Spanish, because maybe this is an architecture that was brought over to the Philippines? I don't know. For me right now, it's like, oh, wait. This looks like... I think that's a map of Spain. Like, it's kind of hard to tell, but I do think that's a map of Spain. So let's say that this is, like, not Madrid, but Barcelona. At any second now. There we go. Yeah, maybe this is Barcelona. Since it's, like, it feels southern. Something about, like, the clothing and, like... And then time period-wise... I'm seeing a lot of ladies with like these longer dresses. And like the curls in their hair, it's kind of reminding me of 50s. Let's say 55. Ooh, okay, not too far off. So this is a market scene in Sant Feliu de Guíxols, Catalonia during the early 60s. We're not too far off. We're not too far off. Last round. This also feels Filipino. But this could be... This could also be Americas, right? Okay, let's see if we get some languages here. Ah, it's too far away. It's too far away. Oh, wait. Phnom Penh? I think that's Thai or Cambodian? Phnom Penh. Oh, wait, here. Literally says Phnom Penh, so it's Cambodian. It's probably not in, because this is a sign leading to Phnom Penh. So maybe this is like... like... Let's say it's over here, like a little bit off. Let's say it's right here. Time period wise, this guy looks like he's having a great time. I'll have what he's having. Is this wait, is this the like little Korean like heart thingy? You know how like the K-pop heart? That means that this is like 2020s. Right? Either that or it's like a completely different like gesture. But I don't know, that makes me say that it's like the 2020s. Let's say it's like 2025. Nice! Spot on! Let's see, Cambodian workers heading to their home village in the overcrowded van in the outskirts of Phnom Penh. Oh, I should have been closer! I should have just put it in, like, Phnom Penh. Everywhere is the Philippines if you wish hard enough. It's true. It's true. I wish for everywhere to be home. I mean, I say that, but I'm born and raised here. In California. Nice, we broke through the 40K. Nice, we are like the one that we kind of had the most discrepancy time-wise were the first and the third. But not too bad today. I feel like I've had a streak of like being like in the 30Ks. We've broken it, we're back into the 40K. Let's freaking go. Alright, Anthropium. Let's do it. Let's play. Okay, we have a Christian icon here. Ooh, look at these cherubs. I kind of like when cherubs are portrayed like this, as like these freakish little floating heads with many wings, instead of just like cute little babies. I mean, you could argue that like it looks like a cute little baby, but where's the body? Where's the body? This is pretty cool. Oh, there's a bunch of detail shots. Oh wow, they have like every angle. This is, I want to say Renaissance, because the baby Jesus is not, you know, it doesn't look like a homunculus. It doesn't look like whether or not you agree that it looks like a cute little baby or not, it looks like an actual baby, like with a big forehead. Whereas like medieval baby Jesuses would look like literally like a homunculus, because it's supposed to look like a miniature man, but this looks like a baby. So, I just don't know if it would be like Italian Renaissance. This could be French. It could be German. Unfortunately, I can't really differentiate them too well. Marble with gilt details on halo and dress. That's pretty cool. Let's just say that it's Italian Renaissance. Let's put this somewhere in what's it called? Florence. during the 1500s or 16, like between 15 and 1750. Submit guess. Nice! Little babies are freakish enough by default, right? By default they are. Pex Cool, hello. You caught us on the tail end, not tail end of the stream, but tail end of our dailies. But is multiple Jesuses or Jezi? We could make up a new term. We could say Jesupods. You know, like octopods. Jesupods. Multiple Jesuses is a Jesupod. Alright, Madonna and Child with Angels, Italian 15th century marble reliefs, where the Madonna and Child were highly esteemed by New York collectors in the first half of the 20th century. And this is... Oh, I could have also gone into Germany and Belgium, but it's okay. It's Italian. It's Italian. Jesmon! Hello, Fugubi, hello. Alright, so we have some kind of, I'm assuming like a drum. This is wood and skin. I feel like we saw something similar to this before. Wood and skin, you say. What kind of skin? what kind of skin? So it looks like a drum. Wait, there's a tag here. Unfortunately, I can't read it. There's also writing here. It is upside down. Oh, wait, what does it say? Pueblo. Oh, ancient Pueblo. Oh, I guess that just gives it away, doesn't it? I guess that just gives it away. We kind of cheated there. Unless that's just like a red herring. Right? Submit. Yeah, oh, close enough. Like, close enough. Yeah, we kind of got it there. That did feel kind of like cheating. But what if it's a trick, right? Right? Like, this ended up in a museum collection and it's labeled as Puebloan, but it's actually like Danish or something. That is actually a little bit of art history, museum studies for you guys. That's why provenance is super important. Provenance is basically the study of where an object comes from. Not just where it originates, but where it goes from there, you know? Because you could, like, have something that originates in, like, say, ancient Egypt or ancient Pueblo. But then it gets sold to someone, like a super rich person. They keep it in their collection forever, and then when they pass away, people are just kind of shrugging in terms of, like, where the object came from. So, like, art historians can do their best to kind of, like, look at the features of an object and be like, okay, this looks like something that you would find in ancient Pueblo. But then someone that isn't as knowledgeable might look at this and be like, I don't know, let's say Inuit. Let's say that this is from, like, the Pacific Northwest, right? And then it gets labeled like that. So when it gets sold to a museum, the seller's like, oh, we think that this is Inuit. And it isn't until later when someone actually, like, focuses on it that it's like, no, actually, this is Pueblo. That's what provenance is. And that's why a lot of museums lately have been trying to be better about their provenance, because a lot of museum collections, no matter where you are, I think the British Museum is kind of the most infamous example, but like arguably a lot of big museums have questionable provenance because a lot of their objects are straight up just looted, you know? So a lot of museums are trying to be better about it and either like return the objects back to like their successor culture. But I've talked about this before, it can be pretty complex. Because sometimes the successor state doesn't want it, or like they do want it, but their government is like in flux, or they can't like really afford to keep it or to maintain it. So therefore it's like better in like the hands of like the museum, right? So like it can get pretty complex sometimes. And what if this successor state doesn't exist? What if it's an object from a culture that unfortunately no longer exists, right? So then who does it go to? So yeah. Or it was entered into the system by John Pueblo, right? Right, exactly. The British Steel? Huh? Well, this is the first time hearing about it. All right, next object. We have a narrow object over here. This is made out of wood and paint. I kind of want to say oceanic, right? Like Pacific Island. It's mostly because it's very narrow. It could also be West Africa, but I kind of want to say that this is maybe Oceania. Let's try Papua New Guinea. Let's say that it is made of wood, so let's say 1500s. Submit guess. Nice. Nice. It's not that narrow. It's perfectly average looking. You are right. You're right. Hello, Shiopi. Hello. We are playing Anthropium. Province, not Providence, unless it's Provincetown, Massachusetts. Otherwise, it's just Sparkling Divine Intervention. Providence. Yeah, it's Provenance. Provenance. If I accidentally said Providence, it was an accident. But okay, cool. So this is Kopar. This is an ancestor figure, Konum or Atei. Cool. They live among the Sepik River, which I have heard of before. There's a cool museum on the campus of UCLA called the Fowler Museum that has some works that are from the Sepik River. Sepik River culture, that is. Okay, moving on. What is this? Oh, this is interesting. Maybe East or Southeast Asia? Because, like, this features some architecture, as well as some figures up top that kind of look like phoenixes or birds. And then there's a figure over here that kind of looks like it's dancing or posing. The architecture looks like it would be East Asian, but it could be Southeast Asian. And it's funny, like, this person has, like, a headdress or a hairstyle that resembles, like, the kind that you see in, like, Japanese, like, royalty. But there's something about how this person is posed that reminds me more of Southeast Asia. And then this specifically reminds me of like a bird that you'd see in Filipino, like Southern Filipino folklore called the sarimanok. But I don't think it's Filipino. There's also a tiger here. This is making me think it's Southeast Asia. I'm getting kind of Southeast Asian vibes. It could still be East Asia. It could be like, let's say China, but I'm kind of leaning more towards Thailand. Let's say Bangkok. And it looks pretty old, but unfortunately I don't know too much about Thai history to know. So let's just say that it's like right here, like early CE, right? Summon the cats and you pet the cats. So let me guess. Oh, it is Chinese. It is Chinese. So distinguish, wait, what is this? A relief. Distinguished by her larger size, bird-shaped cap and flowing gown, the figure seated at the far left represents Shi Wangmu, the Queen Mother of the West, thought to rule the land of the immortals located somewhere west of China. Oh, interesting. Cool, cool, cool. At least we got the right continent, but unfortunately not the right region. We were pretty close on the time period, though. Okay, so some more Christian iconography. This guy has the, what's it called? The tonsure? The little, like, monk haircut. We have, like, this cross that kind of reminds me of, like, Germanic crosses. So maybe this is German? Let's say medieval German. Let's say, like, 1000 CE. And then let's go here. Let's just put it... like here. Let's put it in Cologne to make guess. Oh, interesting! It's Congo. The cross has been assembled from distinct components. The cross itself is composed of 2 pieces of wood with the horizontal element fitted into the notch and the vertical one so that both sections lie flush. Oh. Wait, I want to find out like how this got here, because I thought it was Germanic, but if we're talking about colonialism, I know that Germany kind of joined in on the quote-unquote scramble for Africa, right? So I'm wondering if like this was one of their like territories. Let's see. From the late 15th century, when the Congo leadership adopted Christianity, they employed such devotional objects to demonstrate their political and religious authority. St. Anthony became popular in the Congo after Italian Capuchin missionaries spread his cult in the mid-17th century. Oh, so it's Italian. Franciscans. Colonialism. German was racist. Who would have thunk it? Okay, what's... Ooh, a bamboo and gourd. Wait, this looks so interesting. And a little bit phallic. Just a teensy bit. Bamboo. Okay. Because when I think of gourds, I think of the Americas. But I do think gourds are kind of... They're global, aren't they? Now that I think about it. Because I feel like I've heard talk of... you can also find gourds as far as, like, Egypt, for example. Like, in if we go into, like, the quote-unquote old world. Teacher, what's phallic? It's shaped like a beanitz. Phallic means shaped like a beanitz. And if you want the vaginal version, it's yonic. So if you want to describe, if you ever, here's your vocab test. If you ever want to describe something as looking like a penis, phallic. If you want to describe it as looking like a vagina, then it's yonic, like Y-O-N-I-C. So there's your vocab for the day. Shaped like a binka? No, a beanitz, a beanitz. So I'm not sure. So bamboo and gourd. Bamboo I associate with like East Asia. But I also don't know if it grows elsewhere, you know? Shaped like a bean it is. Right? Like, I feel like it kind of makes sense that bamboo would grow elsewhere, but it's known for being in China, right? Because of like, what is it? Panda diplomacy? Let's just take a chance. Let's take a chance with China. Let's do South China just in case. This is an organic material, so let's say that it's after the 1500s. Submit guess. Ooh, we were pretty close. We were pretty close. So this is Burmese. This is Southeast Asia. It's bamboo gourd. It's a hnian. Hnian? Hnian. Oh, it doesn't say too much about what that is. Is it like a musical instrument? Kind of seems like it would be, right? Next round. A coin! Oh, I'm not good with coins. This feels like it would be like, West Asia? like Iranian maybe? Maybe even Central Asia? I'm not sure. It's a cool headdress. The person is bearded, right? They have a cool head. The headdress kind of reminds me of like Constantinople, like Byzantine Empire, right? And then it's bearded, which makes me think that maybe this is in the Levant. This is like West Asia. Like I kind of want to say it's like in this area. Let's say, so it could be like here or it could be here. So I'm going to go right in the middle and say like Baghdad. And then there's coins. I kind of feel like, let's just say this is like maybe Byzantine Empire or something. So like, let's say that it's somewhere here. Submit guess. Ooh, nice. It's a drachm. Is that related to drachma from like Greece, right? I don't know why I thought the hand on the animal is called the eye. Oh yeah, it's that like primate that has like the long finger that it uses to catch bugs, right? Constantinople, not Istanbul, but Constantinople, not Istanbul, but Constantinople. It's Parthian. Okay. Oh, I wasn't good on the date though. It was like way long ago. Parthian, it's a drachm. I only know about drachma because of Spy Fox. Because when you play Spy Fox, they give you drachma, and it's like, that's Greek money. All right, next round. Ooh, so some kind of shield. It's made out of wood. Unfortunately, I'm not really recognizing the motifs as much. But a shield of this size, I feel like stereotypically it's associated with like Central or West Africa. Right? But I feel like any culture could develop a shield of this shape. But let's say, let's put it like here, Cameroon. And then it's organic, so let's say it's after the 1500s, I guess. Oh no! Oh, it's Australian. Okay. A rainforest shield. Northeastern Queensland. Vibrantly patterned rainforest shields were made by the Yidinj people and neighboring clans from the region around Cairns. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Cairns? In northeast Queensland. The shields were used in both combat and ceremony and were only carried by men who would receive a shield following the completion of their initiation rites that marked the transition into adulthood. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Alright, next round. Oh, I think this is Egyptian. So we have a figure, a female figure, or a female presenting figure rather. Long hair, crown on top. For me, it's like the eyes that kind of look Egyptian, but I feel like typically they wouldn't be naked like this. They would have some kind of like indication of clothing, whether it's like a cutoff over here. Like they wouldn't, what's it called? Like, they wouldn't sculpt this area. Like they wouldn't sculpt like the thighs or the vaginal area. They would just kind of like have it smooth all around to kind of imply that there's a skirt or like a dress. Bar mitzvah shield. She's wearing jewelry though. Oh wait, what, is there anything underneath there? Interesting. This is actually kind of mysterious. At first I kind of thought it was Egyptian, but now I'm not so sure. I mean, it's a crown figure, and it's like, it's kind of like in this kind of like quatrefoil. Like this kind of like four pointed, I don't know, like format. But I'm not sure. For me, what's confusing is that they're wearing jewelry and a crown, but then the rest is nude. Like maybe at one point there was like cloth, like clothing over the actual figure itself, or it was just carved like this. Equal art, hello. The Binka area. Ivory and gold leaf. Ivory? It's made out of ivory. If it's ivory, maybe like, so then would that be elephant ivory? Would it be, let's see. Would it be hippopotamus ivory? Maybe not walrus. Unless, I'm kind of not entirely sure. Maybe, it's kind of a wild guess. Maybe it's Nordic. Maybe it's Viking, right? Because then maybe it would be like walrus ivory, right? Some brownies, banana bread, mint chocolate cookies. Nice. Sounds like you're having a good good snacky. Let's let's put it like here. Or let's put it here in Denmark. And then let's say it's like closer to like 1 BCE, submit guess. Oh, what is this? Assyrian! I see. It's a fan or fly whisk candle in the form of 4 female figures. 2 ivories carved in the round showing nude and richly adorned female figures were found in the throne room on the burnt palace at Nimrud. Oh, cool. Do you guys know the whole lore with like the name Nimrod, where like nowadays it's kind of seen as like a synonym for like an idiot? But it's actually from the Bible. It's actually the name of like a great hunter. And in like when Bugs Bunny cartoons were like kind of like the most popular like animated thing in syndication, there was like a point where he's Bugs Bunny is making fun of Elmer Fudd, who's hunting him, and calling him a Nimrod. But because a lot of kids at the time didn't realize that that was like a biblical reference, they thought it was just a synonym for being dumb, right? You saw the Tumblr post. Not everyone else saw it. Not everyone else saw it. But yeah, so that's why like you'll hear the word Nimrod or the name Nimrod, and it's a biblical thing, but people will be like, "Oh, doesn't that just mean idiot?" All right, last round. This looks Byzantine or Roman. Like later Roman Empire and or like Byzantine. So we do have some figures over here. A couple of them with a halo. This feels Renaissance. Like this pose specifically feels very Renaissance, right? So I'm like, is it later? Or you know what? Maybe it's not later Roman Empire. Maybe it's Renaissance, but it's depicting the Roman era, right? Didn't know that. Nice. Oh, cool. There's all these different scenes. These poses feel very... No, you know what? They feel classical. Like, this feels like something that you would see in, like, ancient Greek art. But they have these, like, Christian-looking halos, you know? This looks like maybe Hercules? I kind of want to say Byzantine with this one. And it's silver? Let's say it's Constantinople. Istanbul, not Constantinople. And then let's say it's like 500 CE. Submit guess. Nice! It is Byzantine! Let's freaking go. It's Byzantine. Plate with the presentation of David to Saul. Better call Saul. The Byzantine Emperor Heraclius successfully ended a long costly war with Persia and regained Jerusalem, Egypt, and other Byzantine territory. Silver stamps dating from 613 to 629 to 30 on the reverse of these masterpieces placed their manufacture in Heraclius's reign. Cool! We didn't do too bad today. We placed in the top 9%. Good job. Good job. Alright, let me go ahead and copy this, paste. But alright. Classic apostles, right? Classic. What's that emote? Is that Snake? Is that Snake just doing the like... Nice. So we did a lot better today than we did on Thursday when, I don't know, everything tripped me up. Every single thing. Just tripped me up. But alright, we are done with our dailies for the day. And now we can proceed to doing some art. It's Snake. Snake! Colonel! Is Snake snoking? He is. He is snoking. But alright, we do have an ad break coming up in about 3 minutes, but from there we could still start on our drawing. I finished appmon. I finished appmon this past week, and I kind of see why a lot of people like it. I actually do have it pretty high up on the tier list. I don't have an actual Digimon tier list, because you guys know that like adventure is like the top of it. At least for me personally, right? But I watched appmon. For those who don't know, it's kind of like almost like a spin-off of like the like mainline Digimon series, but the shtick is that each app is its own creature, its own Digimon, basically. At least better than Ghost Game, right? Yeah, okay, so if I were to at least put like a little bit of a tier list, I would put like Adventure as the tippy top, right? Appmon is a close third place, I want to say. What if Digimon wasn't Digimon? Exactly. I'll just say this. I really like appmon. I really like it. Like, at first, I was kind of going into it as, like, it feels kind of kiddie, and it is. It's very kiddie for the first, like, half. Actually, overall, it's kind of kiddie because it does this... Like, it definitely seems like the intended audience is supposed to be little kids. But then the latter half is like, what the heck? Like, I don't want to spoil too much for people that do want to check it out, but, like, there is a point where it's like, huh? Like, you and show it must be a Filipino thing. No, I'd say like watch it. If you haven't already watched it, watch it. Like, it will take you by surprise. I don't know. It definitely like very much took me by surprise because like it gives you the tamers treatment. Yeah, like it starts off very tame, in fact, like very kiddie, and there were many times where I kind of struggled to get through it because it's like it feels very like episodic. It feels very like villain of the week. Right? And it is at first. It is, but like I think what kept me going is that like the characters are very charming. They are kind of gimmicky at first, but they do get fleshed out in the later episodes. Like all of them have some kind of gimmick. Like the main like goggle boy is like he's the protagonist. His shtick is that he's the protagonist essentially. And then there's one named Astora who like he's basically like a YouTuber, but in their universe it's called AppTube. So he's like an AppTuber and he does all this crazy stuff. Kind of like Mr. Beast, but not evil, you know? But not soulless. So like, you know, he's just like the thing is like all the characters are kids. Like it makes sense that they're all just like little kids. And then the main girl is Eri Kanan, who's like an idol. And she's part of this like humongous idol group that has like 470 members. So it makes sense that she's an idol, but she's not like a well-known idol. So like, but she's still an idol. Like Mr. Beast, you're not selling me on this. I like Mr. Beast, but not evil, you know? Yeah, like AKB 900. Is it really 900? I thought wasn't it AKB 48? Or did they did they expand into 900 members? Isn't she also a big fighting game fan? Yeah, because her partner is like a fighting game appmon, basically. F if I know. And then there's like 2 other characters. I'm not gonna spoil the 5th because that is like kind of a spoiler. It's kind of like the you know 6 ranger type thing going on. But then the 4th member is kind of like your usual like emo kid, right? So they all kind of have their gimmicks. They do get fleshed out eventually, but like the second half just has like, in my opinion, really solid writing. Like, I feel like a lot of Digimon series have this problem where it like, it doesn't proceed, like it doesn't move at a fast enough pace. Like it lingers and then at the very end it's like, oh, that's right, we have to finish the story. Whereas with like appmon, it feels like they like are at a reasonable trajectory the entire time. And you know what? We have an ad break coming up, so I'll finish this after the ad break. Non-evil Mr. Beast is boring. I don't know. I like Astora. I like him. Hello, Martin X. Hello, hello. But yeah, we have an ad break. I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. And that was so quick. That was so quick, and we're already back. We're already back. I hope you guys had interesting ads. All Mr. B's popularity comes from his crazy and evil challenges. Probably why I don't watch him that much. And then Devin said, like, Beat Break. So the thing is, I agree, but also, I am enjoying Beat Break. I'm enjoying it a lot. Like, yeah, it does feel like a lot of Digimon series kind of, like, forget that they have to end the series eventually. Hello, Digimonster Packs! Hello, hello. We're talking about appmon and why I like it so much. But yeah, it does feel like a lot of series kind of, like, not forget, but, like, they kind of linger on certain things, and then they're like, okay, let's amp up to the end, right? Like, not gonna lie, I do feel like, well, no, like, I was gonna say, like, Adventure kind of has that problem, but it's more of, like, Adventure, like, it does amp up, and it does have pretty good pacing into, like, the Dark Masters, arc, and then the last 2 episodes are kind of, like, they feel kind of out of nowhere, but, like, in my opinion, like, the novelization does a good job of kind of, like, tying ends together. But with appmon, it does feel like the entire trajectory is pretty consistent. It's pretty consistent. B-Break got hella filler pretty randomly. I was enjoying it, but I know, like, it... I'm not gonna, like, kind of deny that it doesn't get fillery. Especially, like, the gift arc, I feel like, was kind of the weakest. But it was still kind of fun, like, throughout the ride. But it does kind of have that problem where it does feel like, oh, that's right, we have to end the series. Because it's only gonna be 49 episodes. And I think we're on episode 41. So we don't have that much time left. It's very possible that the ending arc is gonna be, like, a banger. But yeah, it does kind of feel like it was almost like an afterthought, but I'm still enjoying the ride nonetheless. Hello, Gojikins, hello. Whereas, like, yeah, starting with, like, the beginning of, like, the second half of appmon, it feels like it's going all the way through. Like, it feels like it's pretty consistent. Like, the story moves at a pace where, like, it seems like there might be filler. Like, you'll see the episode preview and it'll be like, oh, this feels like a filler episode, and you'll watch it, it's like, oh no, it's not. It's like, this is entirely, like, relevant to the plot, and just because it's, like, kind of wacky, you know, there was, like, one episode in, like, the last half where I was like, this feels like too wacky to be, like, nothing but a filler, but it actually has plot relevance. And I don't know, the characters just, like, are also very charming in their own way. I haven't watched appmon. Grabbing the footage for editing, it looked very consistent on what the end goal was going to be. Yeah. And I'd also say that it's pretty apt. Like, that's not a pun, like, on app, but the whole theming, without spoiling too much, is about AI. And this was made back in 2016. Like, appmon was originally airing in 2016, but so it's like 10 years old already, but it feels like it aged pretty well. It's not completely on the nose to, like, how AI is being treated nowadays, but it's an interesting watch in today's kind of climate, to say the least. So yeah, that's why I'm drawing Gachmon, who is kind of like the main mascot for this season, this series. And it's cute. That's another thing too, is that I like a lot of the designs. The designs are kind of hit and miss for me, but here's one of my favorites. He doesn't show up until a little bit later into the second half, but his name's Offmon. But he's one of my favorites. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to draw him though, because I do have to jet within the next like half hour, but we'll try to get as much as we can done. Actually, what is the shape of his nose? Oh, it's an inverted triangle. Silly me. Silly me. But yeah, it's pretty consistent. It's a pretty consistent series overall, so I definitely would recommend it. Like, even if you watch the first half and it's like, this feels a little too kiddie for me, I'd say, like, give it a chance. Give it a shot. And you might find yourself pleasantly surprised. They don't look like Digimon until Mega level IMO, which, yeah, that's true too, but, like, that's not too much of a deal breaker for me. I like the designs nonetheless, even if, yeah, they don't quite look like the usual Digimon ethos. But I can understand why people would be like, it's not for me, you know? At least the designs. And I do think, like, I understand if people just, like, are feeling indifferent to it. I think for me, there was this conversation I had in Arya's Discord when people were talking about appmon, where people were like, I don't understand the hate for it. Like, why people straight up just, like, hate it. And I do feel like part of that is kind of, like, it is quite a departure from, like, the original series. Appmon feels like they wanted to experiment with Digimon design template. They feel rather chibified. They do, but I'd say like especially the rookies, right? They're not rookies, they're called like standard Appmon. But your level 3s, essentially. Your level 3s, they do feel pretty chibified. But then once I don't have any pictures off the top of my head, but like once it gets into like the like level 4s and level 5s and the mega levels, and it's like, oh yeah, this does kind of feel like Digimon. But I definitely enjoyed it. It's definitely up there. But I don't really have a tier list yet. I have seen people on like Twitter making their tier list. Does he have fluff? He does. He has kind of like fluff on... Well, it's kind of hidden, but let's draw it here. He has like a little bit of cheek fluff. I think this comes down like that. I think, right? Oh, it does like this. It goes here. Oh, we're so Egyptian. Hello, Ainir. Hello. Sad they took the Pantheon too. They did, which initially, before I watched Appmon, I was like, man, how come they get the Deusmon naming scheme and the Poseidonmon? But I kind of do like that they, for like OG Digimon, they're going with like the Roman names instead. Because then that means that like if they ever revisit the Egyptian gods, we have a naming scheme, because they technically already have Egyptian god Digimon. There's Sethmon and there's Horusmon, but translated as Holsimon, the wings of love. But if they ever decide to do like an Egyptian version of the Olympus 12, they could just use the actual Egyptian names, because the names that we're familiar with, like Horus and Osiris, those are actually Greek transliterations of those names. So, for example, Osiris's Egyptian name would be closer to something like Wesir, rather than Osiris. So, hello, Luminous Bard. Hello. Hello. But yeah, so, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so like if they go with like an Egyptian version, I even have ideas for it. I even have ideas. Instead of the Olympus 12, it would be called the Aeneid, which is like a collection of 9 Egyptian gods. So it would include... I'll even write them out for you. Where can I write it? Here. So the 9 Egyptian gods. And this is not all of Egyptian mythology. This would be specifically the Heliopolis pantheon, because Egyptian mythology is, for one, 3,000 years old. So there's, or over 3,000 actually, over 3,000 years old, and it changes with each region. So one region will believe in like Osiris, another region will believe more so in Ptah, another will believe more so in like Horus, and another region will believe in like Ra and Ra-Horakti too. Can we get Ramon? It'll be too memed. Have you ever played Age of Empires spin-off Age of Mythology? I did as a kid. But I don't remember too much of it. My memories are more so in like Age of Empires 2. Not so much 3, and then oh my god, what was it? There was like a Star Wars version that I played as a kid too. But I wasn't good at strategy games. Even till now, I'm not really that good at strategy games. So, I used to just use cheat codes all the time, like the one with the car. You could like put in the cheat code for the car, the dog, the... so let's see. The Aeneid, it starts off with, I believe, Atum. In some versions, it's Ra. So he's the original creator god, and then he begets 2 gods, through a variety of means. It is Shu and Tefnut. And they beget 2 gods, who are Nut, which I know, you could also say Nut, and Geb. Nut is the goddess of the sky. Geb is the god of the earth. I'm trying to remember Shu and Tefnut. I think one of them is moisture. The other, I think, is atmosphere? Or air? I forget which one. Love Nut, she's so cool. I actually do too, like, not gonna lie, not even a meme. I actually do like Goddess Newt a lot. I like her design. She's literally just the sky. And then Newt and Geb, they beget 4 gods. So this is Osiris. Osiris. Who his Egyptian name would be closer to Wesir. And then Isis. But this can also be translated as Iset. Nephthys. I forgot her Egyptian name. Because this is more so the Greek transliteration of it. And then Set. Oh, no. Set. Why is it doing that? There we go. Set. Ah, dang it. There we go. And then how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sometimes I think it depends, but Osiris and Isis, they beget another god named Horus. So sometimes he's included, sometimes he isn't. Or rather, I forget. I forget like who, because the Aeneid is basically Greek for 9. It's the 9 gods. I forget which one of these is not included, but. Is there a god named Dis? There might, if there is, it might be part of a pantheon that I'm not aware of, because there's different pantheons. Like, there's another pantheon where the main god is one named Ta, like this, Ptah. Horus and Set are doomed, Yowie! You know the lore, you know the lore. Okay, in like, in the original mythology, it's a little questionable because it is technically incest. But there are stories that kind of reimagine them in a way that isn't incest. Don't forget Goobies. That one I don't know. I know about his heresy. If we're talking about heresy, that reminds me of Aten, the sun disk. So for the longest time, Egyptian mythology was I love that the Numemon. Numemon is my child, is my baby. Most polytheism is incest. Yeah, because let me show you right here. These two are siblings, but they are also consorts. These two are siblings, but they're also consorts. These two are siblings, they're also consorts, and these two are siblings and are consorts. And then these two are not a couple. They are not even doomed Yowie, they're toxic Yowie. But they are also uncle and nephew. So, oh, Goobus is Anubis, yes. You know what I love about Anubis? So, he's a doggy. That's not the only thing I love about him, but in some mythologies, he's the child of Nephthys and Set. So, Anubis. But in other mythology, he's actually the offspring of Osiris and Nephthys. Which means that, like, Anubis and Horus are either cousins or half-brothers. But what I like about Anubis is his actual Egyptian name. So Anubis, once again, is the Greek transliteration. The Egyptian transliteration would be something closer to Anpu. Anpu. I love his laser eye beam. That's just nobility in a nutshell. Exactly, exactly. And then there's another dog that I like his name. There's another dog. There's 2 dogs inside you. One of them is Anubis. And he's usually like black in color. But then there's another one who looks just like Anubis, but he's white, and his name is... There's different ways to transliterate it, but one of my favorite ways is this. Wep Wawet. Oops. Wep Wawet. I like that name a lot. He's Wep Wawet. He's just like he's a doggy. He's just a little doggy. No, he's a lion? Are you getting this from are you also an Egyptologist and I just never knew? Or is this from what's that one mythology game that actually has like a whole bunch of different gods from different pantheons? Smite? Is it Smite? Or have I underestimated Devin's oh, it's from Smite. Little did I know that Devin this entire time is actually like, actually, This isn't like sarcastic or anything. Like I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it was like one of the Babinkas is actually like an Egyptologist with a PhD, and I've been getting my info wrong this entire time. Yes, you were a mythology kid, but Smite helped. I keep saying that I should get into it, but like, isn't it kind of like a what's the genre again? What's the genre of of Smite? I would want to get into it, but I already have so much on my plate. I don't even have enough time to go to locals. Can you believe it? Because I got the art stuff. I got the I'm learning how to edit videos, you guys. First person MOBA. There we go. Like LOL. There we go. I remember one of you like made a comparison to like League, and I was like, it's not like League. It's good. It's a MOBA that's tough enough to learn, like starting LOL from scratch. That's the thing. I've never played LOL. I've never. Yeah, I'm learning how to edit videos. I'm using DaVinci Resolve. I was using CapCut. There was a reason I stopped. But the thing is, CapCut is a lot easier. A part of me was like, maybe I should go back. It was a lot easier with like DaVinci. But I feel like with DaVinci Resolve, if I just stick with it, if I just stick with learning it, I feel like I could level up in so many ways. I feel like if I actually learn the basics and not just depend on something that automatically does something like CapCut, it almost feels like the AI problem, right? Where it's like, I could just, like, AI, like, does make life easier in many ways, but if I just learn it the old-fashioned way, that just feels more substantial, right? Like, if I just stick with learning DaVinci Resolve, I feel like that's more substantial. Like, I'll actually be able to, like, learn how to video edit. Alright, let me make this into a little fist. By the way, this is kind of like my art kind of like process. I do the whole like draw and then erase. I would definitely stick with it if you're able to do a lot more with CapCut. It'll just take a lot of time to learn it all. Yeah, no, CapCut is the one that feels like easier to use, but DaVinci Resolve is the one that like is a little bit more not analog, but like if you just stick with it, you learn a little bit more. Because CapCut, it does things automatically for you. Like, it does subtitles automatically for you. Certain movements that I want to do with, like, for example, I'm, like, inserting my model. Basically, for, like, some of these shorts, I wanted so that, like, my model pops up from the bottom, right? And that's so easy to do in CapCut. But if I learn how to do that, like, like, the old-fashioned way, you know? Like, if I learn how to do it manually, that's the word I was looking for. If I learn how to do it manually, I feel like that would just be like a more organic level up, if that makes sense at all. If that makes sense at all. Isn't CapCut AI? That probably is why I stopped using it. Because it felt so easy to use, and then it turns out it's because it's AI. Because it was like, oh man, like I could just, you know, make stuff happen very easily. And then it turns out like, oh, it's because it's AI. Let's see. Oh, we need the magnifying glass here. And then... oh yeah, he has little, like, face lines here. One of the advantages of DaVinci Resolve is, well, they don't have things like that baked in. DaVinci lets you save specific animation movements in your own folder that you can use for later. Yeah, I'm learning that with, like, making subtitles. Because I'm actually done with one of my first shorts. My first, like, pre-edited short. The only thing is the subtitles. And it's like, I think there is a way to automatically do the subtitles, but I'm kind of just, like, manually learning how to do it. And then if there is a way to, like, automatically do it on DaVinci, then, you know, I'll go with it. But I'm learning that, like, if you save a certain template, you can keep using it for the rest of your subtitles. It's just kind of, like, tedious to like, kind of manually do your subtitles and learn how to time it properly and stuff like that. So while it can take more time to create, you can build your own library of specific movements, animations you can repurpose for later. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I'm learning that, and the thing is, it's been a lot of fun. Like, I'm going into that, what is it? Like, I'm having that experience where it feels nice to learn something new, stick with it, and then see your own progression with it. Because all day yesterday, while Beans was busy, I was just learning how to edit, and it felt nice. It felt nice to have like a product by the end of it, you know. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's like a little magnifying glass design on his belly. Ah, that's not as nice as I would like it, but it's okay. We are actually gonna have to call it pretty soon, because me and Beans are gonna go off on an adventure. Sounds like a model kit building stream. That is something that I've been thinking of. I did do a model kit building stream once. I liked it, but then I never did it again. But also, if you guys are interested in that kind of stuff, I know that Beans was also like considering that, like, model building streams, because we have a lot of gunpla. We have a lot of gunpla. Editing's therapeutic, right? Right? Alright, I didn't finish the legs at all. He has little, like, claw legs, but I think I'm gonna have to call it here. We do still have a mosh pit to do. But otherwise, this is our little attempt at Gachmon. And a bunch of Egyptian gods on the side. Do you want more models? I have a 3D printer. No, we have too much. We have too much. We have like a whole section of our closet that just has a whole bunch of Gunpla models. I think of it like art layering. That's basically what Da Vinci is. Lots of layers to make a final product. Yeah, I think that's part of like the enjoyment of it too, right? I'm so glad you're ending stream early enough to finally return to locals. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. Don't wait up for me though. You just go ahead and get started. It's fun and relaxing. Plus, you could go for figure-rise standard model kits. Yeah, I think I got a few for like birthdays and holidays, but I just haven't done them yet. But that's an idea. That's an idea, right? What if even more models? No, we're gonna be drowning in them. We're gonna be drowning in them. But let me stop any incoming raids. Let's go ahead and call it here. Let me go to YouTube real quick. So yeah, for any new students in the chat, we do have an end of stream tradition, which is our end of stream mosh pit. I'm gonna play some music for you guys. Oh, you know what? I think I know exactly what I want to do. I think I know exactly what I want to do. It's actually a song that Cielo Slug introduced me to, and it's a banger. It's not necessarily it's not it's not necessarily moshing music, but it's banger. Rigged time? It's not rigged. It's not rigged. But alright, for those that have never done our mosh pit before, all you have to do is once you hear the music, go ahead and start spamming your favorite emotes in the chat, and I'm gonna make your little stream avatars on the floor there fight each other. And there's no correlation between who wins the mosh pit and who spams the most emotes, by the way. It's RNG and it's not rigged. Could be worse model-wise. You could be games workshopping. The model kit backlog is real. That's true. It's rigged. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. But yeah, once you hear the music, go ahead and start moshing. Cielo Slug told me about this artist, Jam2Go, and I've just been digging their stuff. So once you hear the music, go ahead and get to moshing. It's very 90s edutainment core. It's even called edutainment. It's even called edutainment. Alright, mosh time. And let me see who we can raid into. Cielo Slug mention. You don't like that though? I like that though. I think she's cool. Ooh, Mauser's going. We might raid into Mauser. Look at this, it's like the eyewitness videos. From the heart. You got murked! I'm sorry. But we do have enough time for another round. Good job, Fugubi. Teto feels like the appmon of Vocaloid. Joke's on you, I like appmon. Alright, you guys ready for the second round? Aren't the visuals just so cool? It's so nostalgic. It hits in a certain way. Wow, especially this, look, and all this ancient art. Oh no, why do I have the highest HP? No, it's not rigged, it's not rigged. From the heart. No, not the incoming rigged. Look, we have more time, we have some time. One more round. Meadowlark. No, don't smirk at me. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. Rigged confirmed. No, one more round. From the heart. One more. Wait, I love that Monzemon emote. That's so cute. Any questions? Me. Meadowlark. Is size randomized? It is not. It is not. Oh, but if you'd like to change your Bebinka model, there is a window at the bottom of my bio on Twitch. See? It's not rigged, you guys. It's not rigged. Fugubi won again. It's not rigged. There's a little bit more to the music video, but we're gonna go ahead and just stop it over here. Alright? But good job! Good job, Fugubi. You won the mosh pit! And you proved that it's not rigged. It's not rigged. The bigger ones are stronger? No. But alright, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it here. We're gonna go ahead and, you say not rigged as I won twice. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We're gonna raid into Mauser. He's an awesome guy, awesome voice acting skills. He is a Pixel Viking, I want to say. But awesome guy. He's currently playing Dune Awakening. I haven't even heard of this game. See you at locals. Yeah, don't wait up. Don't wait up. Thanks for the stream. Have a good rest. Thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and start that raid. I'll put on the next week's schedule probably tomorrow. I'll see you guys then. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you guys have a good morning, afternoon, and evening. And as always, I'll see you guys when I see you guys. Bye-bye! We raid. Oh yeah, there's your raid message. We raid.